been working on this chair for a couple months, and I finally got to the point where I'm ready to make the arm rails. In the plans that I'm using, they use a construction method called bent lamination, and basically what that means is that you use a bandsaw to cut thin strips of material, and glue's applied in between each one of those layers. The material's then stacked on top of a forming tool. The material's clamped down, and after the glue dries, the material will maintain the contour of the forming tool. This can provide some pretty interesting compound shapes that would otherwise require using pretty thick pieces of material and cutting away a significant amount of waste to accommodate a bent feature. Okay, so there's plenty of ways for you to make forming tools out of different materials. One that's pretty common is to use MDF, and basically what you do is you just cut whatever the shape is, the two-dimensional shape that you're trying to form, and you'll cut many of those and then laminate them together, and it'll make a forming tool like the one I'm showing here. In the next section, I nerd out pretty hard on Fusion 360 and CAD modeling and construction geometry. I want to give people that came here for the woodworking part adequate warning to skip this section. Okay, this is inside Fusion 360. I went ahead and modeled this chair. What I did, I have a sketch in here. Let me see if I can find it. So it's sketch 18. And so what I did was I created a line, a sketch line, and I oriented one side on this leg and one side on this leg according to the drawing, and then made a radius in between the two. Yeah, so anyway, so I created this wire element, and then I extruded the surface here and then thickened it. Okay, so that basically made this rail surface. Okay, I went ahead and hid everything so that I can try to simplify this explanation here. But yeah, so this is my handrail. Okay, so follow along with me down here. I create a sketch, and you can kind of see what it is. It's on some kind of mid-plane in between the 2 points of that arc that I created earlier. And basically what it is, it's all along the periphery of this part. It's kind of a projection onto a mid-plane, okay? And then I create a solid that encompasses my arm rail, all right? So it's inside of this material. And then I split it using that surface that we showed earlier. And so now you're down to, you basically have this object here that looks like a forming tool, okay? So this is what my final forming tool looks like. I made it this way just to show how wide it would need to be and general dimensions of the object in its entirety. Okay, so now that I have that, I created another plane and I just offset it from the surface, like from the edge of the surface, and then I trim this surface. So after I do that split, and what that leaves you is the shape of the tool, and the thickness that I made this, or the thickness that that offset that I used to trim this is exactly 0.78 inches, which is the exact thickness of my MDF. Okay, so then I made another sketch plane. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Okay, so this sketch plane represents my plywood sheet. Thicken it just to represent the thickness of the plywood, and then I start making joints. So I create this part, and you have to turn this into a component, not a part body anymore. You turn it into a component, and the way you do that is you can right click on it and then create component from bodies, okay? And then it comes out of here, and then it goes back down into the tree as a component. And then you can create a joint, and basically what that allows you to do is you do a move operation, and you can grab this and then orient it onto the material here. Okay, after I get my first one joined to this piece of material, then I just created a pattern and copied it as many times as needed to make the full thickness of that tool surface. So anyway, don't get too hung up on the mouse clicks of what I'm doing. I'm just follow the workflow, okay? So I have this arm rail that exists. I create a complementary feature that encompasses the contour of the backside of this part. The way I did it was I just created a block and then used like that sketch surface to trim that block for your three-dimensional forming block, so that you can, and then you want to section it into 2D components so that you can put it into material like I'm showing you here with the plywood. At the end, what you want is a bunch of components that are situated inside of a piece of plywood. The plywood represents the material that you're going to put on your CNC machine to cut. Okay, so once you have all this, I can flip back over to the manufacturing workbench. Anyway, you could do your tool path and all that on here and get everything set up.
Thank you.